I'm sitting at our usual family brunch spot, quietly sipping my coffee. My sister Sierra can't resist the spotlight. She launches into a story about her fabulous job at an accounting firm, or at least she used to have it. Then she glances my way. "Crazy how Naomi still doesn't have a real job," she says, half laughing, half serious. My heart does a tiny lurch, but I keep my face calm. Mom scolds her. "Sierra, stop. You know that's uncalled for." Sierra shrugs, turning the conversation back to herself. She's always been like this, bold, charming, proud. I stay quiet as usual. Dad tries to change the subject, but Sierra's smirk lingers. I feel Mom's hands squeeze mine under the table. I force a small smile. Nobody knows about my real work, except for a few close friends. I've chosen anonymity because attention never felt comfortable. Sierra keeps talking, describing her job search. She insists she'll find something big soon. I keep quiet, remembering the massive code release my team finished last night. If only she realized how real my job actually is. I swallow my retort, letting Sierra soak up the chatter. Inside, I can't help thinking, one day, she'll know the truth. I wasn't always this quiet. As a kid, I spoke up with ideas, but Sierra's voice boomed louder in every room. We both got love from our parents. Mom cheered for Sierra's dance recitals. Dad praised me whenever I helped fix his old computer. Still, Sierra became the star, bigger personality, bigger presence. I'd watch from the wings while she took the spotlight. She'd flash that bright smile, collecting trophies and attention, while I sat cross-legged in the audience with my science magazines. It wasn't jealousy, exactly, more like acceptance. I saw early on that I liked building things in the background. She liked center stage. But now, at 31, I see how that dynamic shaped me. I learned to listen instead of brag. I learned to code quietly, to put my energy into solutions, not headlines. Sierra sees me as the same old, silent baby sister who never quite measured up to her spotlight. And that's fine, most days. Yet I remember Dad once saying, "Naomi, you're our calm in the storm." Back then, I didn't realize how meaningful that was. Now, each time Sierra belittles me, I replay his words. I'd rather be calm than loud. But calm doesn't mean powerless. Tonight, I'm in our small workspace downtown, hunched over my keyboard. The code is almost perfect, just a few more lines to debug. Across from me, Nathan sips his energy drink, eyes glued to his own screen. He's the face, I'm the brain. That's how we've always divided it. At first, it was just a dream, an AI engine that could learn and adapt for real-time data analysis. We called it Nova. Now, Nova is the heart of our $100 million company. It's surreal, even for me. Nathan tosses me a grin. "Naomi, you're unstoppable tonight. One more push?" I nod, flexing my stiff fingers. My code glows in the dark screen. A few keystrokes and the system compiles smoothly. We close the final line. "That's it," I say. "Deployment in T-1 hour." He raises a fist in victory, and I gently bump it with mine. We did it. Again. Another massive update, the backbone of new apps that finance, healthcare, and even government clients will use soon. But nobody outside this room knows I'm behind it. By choice, I've always kept my name off the official site. People just assume it's all Nathan. I prefer it that way, for now. The next morning, my phone buzzes with a text from Mom. Sierra got laid off. She doesn't say much else. I can imagine Sierra crying in her room, furious that her accounting firm cut costs. My emotions are mixed. Sierra and I may not see eye to eye, but I hate seeing her in pain. By afternoon, I hear she's already applying everywhere. Then I spot an internal recruiter's post, new accounting positions at Nova Tech. I share a knowing glance with Nathan. He nods. "She's good at finance, right?" I simply reply, "Yes, she is." The recruiter offers her an interview. She does well and lands the job. When Sierra walks into our shiny new office tower, she has no idea it's half mine. She's impressed by the modern lounges, gourmet coffee stations, and the huge panoramic view of the city. Her eyes light up, like it's some wonderland she's stumbled upon. She's told her position reports directly to the CFO, but she's clueless that Nathan and I sign off on final budgets. Ironically, she's about to handle accounts that I helped secure. I watch from a distance, heart pounding a little. She's stepping into my world, and she has no clue. My parents mean everything to me. They've given me unconditional love and quiet understanding since I was small. So I decide to do something extra, something that might make their lives a little sweeter. I set up a thank you fund in the name of a fictional cousin who moved abroad years ago. I drafted a warm letter, praising them for their kindness over the years, saying how their generosity once changed my life. It might be a stretch, but it's true in spirit. Mom and Dad always welcomed everyone with open hearts. I deposit $20,000 each month. Yes, it's a big sum, but it's also a fraction of what I earn now, and I can't think of two people who deserve it more. When I visit on weekends, Dad shows me fresh groceries he's bought to donate to the local food bank. Mom beams, telling me how she and her neighbor use that money to start a community garden. They have no idea the money is from me. And I want it that way. They're so happy, so grateful. My heart warms each time I see them flourish in their retirement, paying kindness forward. Every Thursday, I discreetly swing by the finance department to sign off on certain approvals. I stick to the quieter corridors so no one connects the dots. Sierra, working in her cubicle, never sees me. Meanwhile, news spreads that Nathan is single. Sierra's interest is obvious. She whispers to coworkers during coffee breaks, fishing for details. They gush about him, his leadership style, his charm. Then they mention, he's not the only founder, apparently. There's another one, but nobody's ever seen her. This intrigues Sierra. She can't resist a mystery. She jokes with her teammates, maybe the other founder's a ghost. They laugh. She doesn't realize the ghost is me. Sometimes I overhear her casual remarks. Nathan's the real star, though. She angles for any rumor on his personal life. People feed her glimpses. He's known to be a workaholic. He's super close with the invisible co-founder, and he's never dated anyone from the office. I smirk, hearing these second-hand tidbits. Sierra imagines some glamorous partner or best friend. If only she knew I was the one working late nights with him, building lines of code that shape entire industries. I'm right here, hiding in plain sight. I slip into Nathan's office after hours to finalize a new app update. We review system logs, fix tiny bugs, then share a sigh of relief. The rollout's on schedule. As I step into the hallway, I suddenly see Sierra. She's frozen, staring at me like I just crashed her personal bubble. I can't tell if she's more shocked or suspicious. She blurts out, "What are you doing here?" Her tone is direct, almost accusing. It stings a bit, but I answer quietly, "Just visiting Nathan." Before I can explain further, she scoffs. "Right? I'm sure you're here to, I don't know, flirt your way in or something." I blink, stunned. She thinks I'm chasing Nathan for his success or attention. Typical assumption. In my head, I want to say I literally own half of this company, but I don't. I just offer a tight-lipped smile. Nathan calls out, "Naomi, ready to check the final code?" Sierra's eyes flick between us. She looks almost betrayed. She steps aside, letting me pass. I brush by her, heart thudding. Her look says, "Stay away from him." I return to the server room, realizing we're on the brink of a bigger confrontation. Friday morning, I'm quietly reviewing the finance reports on my laptop at home. A ping from an internal chat catches my attention. It's a snippet from an office gossip channel. "Heard Sierra said Naomi's trying to leech off Nathan. She's not even a real employee. Doesn't she know the difference between a random visitor and actual staff?" I exhale slowly. The jab hurts, but it's typical. Sierra never misses a chance to paint me as someone clinging to others' success. It's almost funny. She's venting about a sister who silently co-founded the entire operation. But I keep my emotions in check. Anger won't help. That evening, I treat myself to a solo dinner at a small Italian place near my apartment. Checking my phone, I see Sierra's latest social media post, a group selfie at a bar, her arm around a friend. The caption reads, "Living my best life? Even after a layoff, some people just can't handle that." I have a hunch she's talking about me. She's fueled by jealousy, convinced I'm trying to steal Nathan or overshadow her. Ironically, I just want to code in peace. I grit my teeth, reminding myself truth has a way of surfacing. I join a virtual board meeting from home. It's about our new philanthropic venture, building a girls' tech hub in Kenya. My heart swells with pride as the board applauds the project's success. I've donated a sizable amount to kick it off. The meeting transitions to finances. They hail Nathan for his leadership, but he quickly credits Nova, our codename for me, for making it possible. I can hear the excitement in people's voices. We owe everything to Nova's generosity. She's unstoppable. I remain silent, watching the grid of faces. They know me only as Nova on official documents. No last name, no press photos, no name plaques. That's been my one request from day one. It's not that I'm shy. I just hate the spotlight. The work itself is my reward. Seeing a group of young girls unboxing their first laptops, that's what lights me up. The board wraps up, finalizing more funds. Nathan texts me privately. They want you at the next event, you know? I reply, I know, but not yet. I close my laptop, feeling both relief and a slight pang of fear. Remaining invisible is easier, but I sense that won't last forever. Monday morning, an email chain appears in my inbox. Promotion request, Sierra Sullivan. I pause, reading through the CFO's glowing review of Sierra's performance. She's actually doing well. She identified cost savings, impressed the managers with her drive. I forward it to Nathan with a simple note. She deserves it. He responds, "Are you sure?" I nod to myself. Sierra might have an attitude problem with me, but I won't stand in the way of her career. 2 days later, I see the official announcement. Sierra Sullivan promoted to senior accountant, plus a car allowance. Sierra's ecstatic, bragging to her friends, "Nathan must see my potential." She's probably convinced he has a personal interest in her. It makes me chuckle. In truth, every single promotion must pass my desk. I have final say on budgeting. I'm the one who gave the green light. I watch from my hidden vantage point as the office buzzes about Sierra's sudden rise. She struts around, head held high, as if chosen by destiny. A small part of me is glad she's finally recognized for her talent. Even if she'll never believe it, I want the best for her. That's just who I am. 3 hours into our new AI update, we're flooded with media requests. Nathan sorts them. Tech magazines, business podcasts, a major news network wanting to feature our trailblazing company. One request stands out. A journalist insists on meeting Nova, the rumored female genius behind the scenes. Nathan flags it. They want an exclusive with you. I stare at the email. My skin prickles. I hate interviews. Even in college, I'd cringe during group presentations. The spotlight used to make me want to vanish. I type back to Nathan, "No thanks." He pings me. "They're saying it's huge exposure. You sure?" I smile to myself. People think publicity is everything, but I've seen how fickle public attention can be. Once the spotlight lands on you, it never fully leaves. I value my privacy more than any headline, so I decline. Nathan sighs in our chat. "Okay, but you know you can't stay invisible forever, right?" I type back, "They'll survive without my face." Then I pause, exhaling. He's probably right. Eventually, the world will find out. But I'm not ready to trade my quiet for that kind of glare. Not yet. When Sierra marches into Nathan's office after hours, I happen to be in the break room, finishing a cup of tea. The walls are thin. I hear bits of the conversation. "I like you," she confesses, voice trembling. My heart seizes up. She's telling him she has feelings. Nathan's reply is gentle but clear. "Sierra, I respect you. You're smart, capable, but I'm not looking for anything." I can almost see her heart break. Her voice quivers. "Is it because of Naomi?" "She's always assumed I'm chasing him too," Nathan responds softly. "No, that has nothing to do with it." There's a long silence, then a door opens. I quietly slip out of sight. Sierra rushes by with tears in her eyes, shoulders tense. She doesn't see me, but I can feel her pain. In that moment, I almost want to comfort her, but I know how she is when she's hurt. She'll lash out, especially at me. It's easier to let her cool off. Alone in the hallway, Nathan shoots me an apologetic look. I just nod. No words needed. We both realize Sierra's pride took a major blow, and I fear she might blame me again. The next few days, there's buzz around the office. Whispers about a second owner get louder. Some employees notice the NT and NS signatures on the quarterly memos. During lunch breaks, a group gathers in the cafeteria. Nathan Taylor's the founder, right? Who's this NS? Are they married? Are they siblings? Are they even real? Speculation runs wild. Sierra's usually the loudest to dismiss rumors. "Please, it's probably just a legal formality," she scoffs. But I see her brow furrow when she spots that mysterious signature on her own paycheck stub. She never bothered looking closely before. Now her curiosity is piqued. I notice subtle changes. She hovers near management offices, listens at the door when the CFO has meetings. She's hungry for answers. Meanwhile, I maintain my routine, reviewing code from home, popping into the building only after hours. My official calendar says consultant. Everyone assumes I'm just a tech vendor. But the rumor mill spins. I sense the tension building like a shaky bridge. Soon, someone's going to connect the dots. And when they do, Sierra's going to be at the epicenter of the shock. Late one afternoon, Sierra sits at her desk, finalizing month-end statements. A coworker grumbles about some new payroll glitch. Sierra logs into the system to check data entries. That's when she spots it. The founder's digital signature scrawled in a corner. It reads, Naomi Sullivan. I hear from a friend in HR that Sierra practically froze. She must have stared at the screen for ages. Then she examined the signature on her own pay stub. There it is again. Naomi Sullivan. Her face apparently turned pale. She whispered, That can't be right. Is this a glitch? That's my sister's name. People around her shrugged. They barely know me. Sierra stands up so fast her chair tips over. She tries to act calm, but everyone senses her unease. She mumbles something about verifying documents, but her voice shakes. I imagine her mind racing. Naomi? The quiet sister with no real job? The one who's always in the background? The same one who's somehow signing corporate memos worth millions of dollars? This is the moment I knew would come. She's starting to piece it all together. My signature is out in plain sight. And now, it's a ticking time bomb. Sierra retreats to a conference room, eyes glued to her laptop. She dives into the internal records, searching every mention of Naomi Sullivan. Cross-checking company history. Her hands shake on the keyboard. Fear, confusion, maybe even excitement. She discovers old incorporation documents. My name is there, right beside Nathan's. Pages show I hold 50% ownership. I can imagine the swirl of memories invading her mind. Me walking out of Nathan's office, me attending late-night tasks, that rumored second founder. Suddenly, it all clicks. Her heart must be thudding. She's realizing I'm not some clingy wannabe. I'm the co-founder, the one who coded the AI from scratch, who set the stage for the entire company. She uncovers more evidence. Project outlines, dated back 5 years, bearing my name. Email chains referencing Naomi's code. Legal agreements with both of our signatures. I can see the storm forming in her eyes. She was so sure of her narrative that I had nothing going for me. Now the facts shatter that illusion. By the time she closes her laptop, Sierra understands the truth. I'm the mysterious co-founder she's been hearing whispers about. The sister she called a nobody is half the brains behind it all. I stroll into the boardroom at Nathan's request. The board is planning a massive founders gala, a celebration of our latest app milestone. They want both founders front and center. Nathan insists, Naomi, it's time. My stomach churns. Public events freak me out. Cameras, applause, small talk, it's overwhelming. Yet I know our staff needs to see that I exist. The board needs to show the world we're not a one-man show, so I reluctantly say yes, just this once. After the meeting, I linger behind to finalize details with Nathan. I notice Sierra's name is on the volunteer list for the gala's finance committee. That means she'll be there, up close, watching me take the stage. Part of me wants to vanish. Another part thinks, maybe she needs to see this. There's an undeniable tension building. She's discovered my secret. We haven't spoken. Will she confront me publicly? Try to sabotage me? Or just hide from the truth? Nathan sees my anxious look. He pats my shoulder. You'll be great, he says softly. I nod, half smiling. The countdown to the gala has begun. My quiet existence is about to become very public with my sister front row. Word spreads like wildfire. Sierra rushes to confirm details, combing through the corporate intranet. She finds a locked file. Co-founder identity, confidential. Despite the warnings, she bypasses security with her finance clearance. And there it is, my full biography, from college to now. Her eyes dart over line after line. Naomi Sullivan, top of her class, specialized in machine learning, co-founded Nova Tech with Nathan Taylor. She reads the patent registrations, our major contracts. Every line proves I'm the quiet architect of this empire. She slumps in her chair, replaying every time she insulted me at family gatherings, every sneer about me being jobless. The weight of her ignorance crushes her. At the same time, she's enraged. Why didn't she tell me? She paces, pounding her fist on the desk. She might be feeling betrayed, humiliated, or both. In that moment, she sees everything differently. Our parents' house, my calm smiles, my silent presence at the office, none of it was laziness. It was deliberate humility. She can't fathom choosing to remain invisible while building a $100 million brand. She logs out, chest heaving. The truth is out, and there's no going back. Sierra doesn't come to work the next day. Word is she's homesick. I suspect she's grappling with a storm inside her head. I try to imagine how she's feeling, stunned, betrayed, embarrassed. All the time she called me a nobody. The jokes at my expense, the disbelief that I could ever match her success. Now, the reality is 100 times bigger. I'm not just employed. I'm a tech mogul, one who never flaunted it. I flash back to our childhood. Sierra needed validation. She thrived on applause and trophies. She probably saw my quietness as weakness, never guessing my self-worth didn't hinge on public praise. I wonder if she hates me now or if she hates herself for being blind. Truth is, I don't want her to feel small. I never wanted a power trip or a revenge moment. I just wanted my work to speak for itself. Still, a knot forms in my stomach. She might lash out at me to salvage her pride, or she might avoid me forever. Either way, the gala looms. She'll see me claim my role, and she'll have to face who I really am. And who she really is. The Founders Gala arrives. I slip into a simple black dress, elegant but understated. My nerves are on edge. I'm used to coding marathons, not glamorous events. But tonight the world meets the other half of Nova Tech. Nathan meets me at the entrance. He's wearing a tailored suit, smiling wide. "You look great," he says. I manage a shy smile back. The venue sparkles with chandeliers. Tech journalists and influential investors crowd the reception area. Waiters glide by with drinks. The band in the corner plays softly. My heart pounds. I glance around, searching for Sierra. She's standing by a corner, wearing a crisp navy dress. Her expression is a swirl of shock and nerves. She looks at me as if seeing a ghost. I step onto the stage beside Nathan. As the announcer introduces us, I see Sierra's stunned face in the crowd. Cameras flash everywhere. My name booms over the speakers. Naomi Sullivan, the quiet genius behind our revolutionary AI. Applause thunders. My cheeks burn. I sense Sierra's eyes locked on me. She realizes there's no escaping the truth tonight, and I'm finally stepping out of the shadows. Nathan gently taps his champagne glass, calling the room to attention. "Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for supporting Novatech. Tonight, I want to introduce the one person without whom none of this would exist. Naomi Sullivan, my co-founder." Spotlights shift to me. My pulse roars in my ears. I glance at Sierra in the crowd. Her face is pale, eyes wide. She looks like her world just flipped upside down. People cheer, stand, clap. Cameras snap photos. I manage a quick smile, then step to the mic. "Thank you, everyone. I'm not great with speeches, but this means a lot. We started in a tiny room with big dreams. I'm just glad I could build something that helps people." More applause. I spot tears in a few executives' eyes. Nathan nods supportively. Then slowly I step off the stage. Sierra tries to approach me, but I get swarmed by board members, clients, well-wishers. She stands there, uncertain, shoulders tense. I see her swallow hard, arms folded tight. I wonder what she wants to say. An apology? A question? I can't tell. All I know is tonight's revelation feels like a turning point for both of us. Later, I stand near the buffet table, letting the wave of attention die down. My head spinning from the adrenaline. I spot Sierra heading in my direction. My heart clenches, anticipating a confrontation. But the moment she's a few steps away, a group of excited investors sweeps in, wanting to toast the brilliant Naomi. By the time I finish politely chatting, Sierra's gone. She doesn't try again. Instead, she skirts around the room, stealing glances at me from behind clusters of guests. Her expression is a mix of shame and uncertainty. She can't muster the words, and I can't chase her down right now. Deep inside, I do want her to approach me, to finally say something. Anything. But maybe she's not ready to face her own guilt. Maybe she can't say "I'm sorry" tonight. The event ends with a final round of applause. Sierra slips out before I can catch her. I stand alone, watching the gold confetti fall, feeling both triumphant and strangely hollow. I told no one about our tension. On paper, I won. But reality isn't that clean. My own sister can't even look me in the eye. And I'm not sure what tomorrow will bring. I get home after midnight, shedding my heels and dress in a weary sigh. My phone buzzes with text after text congratulating me, but there's nothing from Sierra. In bed, I stare at the ceiling, remembering Sierra's hurt eyes. All the years she dominated conversations, bragged about her life, and ridiculed my lack of direction. I was always the shadow. Now she knows the truth, and it's huge. Strangely, guilt creeps in. Did I blindside her? Should I have given her a hint? But no, I had reasons for privacy. We're not obligated to broadcast our successes. Yet, I imagine how humiliated she must feel, replaying every cruel remark she ever made about me. I roll over, hugging a pillow. I don't want her to suffer or feel inadequate. She's talented, she has drive, she earned that promotion. But the illusions she built about me just collapsed. That's a lot to handle. I flick off the lamp, wondering what kind of relationship we'll have tomorrow, if any. Somehow I want to ease her shame. But also, a small voice says she did this to herself. Sleep comes slowly, weighed down by uncertainty. Morning arrives with a surprising package request. I drive to the office, slip into a corner room, and prepare a small gift for Sierra. It's not fancy, just a hardcover notebook and a handwritten note on simple stationery. Sierra, thank you for your hard work. You're genuinely good at what you do, and I'm proud you're with us. Naomi. I leave it with the receptionist, asking her to deliver it quietly. No fuss, no show. I imagine Sierra opening the box, seeing my neat handwriting. Maybe she'll scoff, or maybe she'll feel relief. I don't need her to grovel. I just want her to know there's no hostility from my side. Later, I ask the CFO about Sierra's performance. He's impressed. She's tenacious, handles budgets well. It confirms what I knew. She's got real skill. She's not just a talker. By noon, I hear she received the box. No reply from her, no text, no email. But that's okay. I exhale, feeling a small weight lift. She's my sister, and I do care. If a simple note can open a door, I'm willing to try. Over the next few weeks, subtle changes ripple through the office. Sierra isn't as loud. The bitter jabs vanish. She no longer drops sarcastic remarks about me. It's like she's shedding an old skin. She's even taken on extra tasks, offering to help new hires navigate the finance software. I hear she quietly mentioned to a coworker, Naomi's philanthropic ideas are actually pretty inspiring when asked about the company's charity efforts. That's a 180-degree shift. She suggests a new charity partner for our CSR program, one focused on providing technology education to underprivileged kids. I recognize it as my favorite cause. She's trying to meet me halfway. Meanwhile, I stay in the background, letting her prove herself on her own terms. She doesn't chase Nathan anymore. She's become more focused on her work, less on office gossip. We still haven't talked face-to-face about the big reveal. But every gesture she makes feels like an unspoken apology. I see her resolve to be better, to move past her jealousy. For the first time in years, I sense the possibility of a real bond growing between us, and I find myself hoping it's not too late for that. A month later, I wrap up the final code update in my quiet home office. Checking the charity dashboard, I see new donations streaming in from employees. Sierra's influence, no doubt. I can't help but smile. My phone buzzes. It's Mom and Dad calling just to chat. I hear their laughter, feel their warmth. They still have no idea about the cousin's monthly gift, but they mention how they've used more of that money to support local families. My heart feels full. Nathan sends me a meme about coding jokes, which makes me laugh out loud. The hush of my living room feels calm, steady. A family brunch is planned for Sunday. Normally, Sierra is the shining star, but this time when an aunt makes a casual remark about me being so quiet, Sierra speaks up. With a small but determined smile, she says, "Actually, Naomi's the smartest person I know, and I wouldn't be where I am without her." No big speech, just a gentle statement of truth. I pretend not to notice how my parents' eyes gleam with pride. Sierra meets my gaze. We share a nod of understanding. In the end, I didn't need revenge or grand confrontation. Just the quiet truth, and letting it speak for itself.